I'm recording on my computer instead of my phone, so tell me how it sounds. It took me a little while to figure out how to do the remaining classes, since I really wanted to keep the Wublins and Celestials together. But then that would lead the last facts video with 19, so sorry you two are getting separated. With that being said, let's do Dipsters first, no one cares about them. I don't know what this means. Give me a second. Maxie, you do music stuff. What does this mean?
Yeah.
What?
Light on is the only island where Do does not lead the island scale to the B flat major. I don't know what that means because I don't pay attention to Light Island enough.
Oh. Okay then. Yeah?
I figured it out, Leaf.
Okay.
I figured it out, dude. Oh god. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think this means. Okay. So I think it means that the scale is B flat major. So like you know how it's like this is C scale. It's like da 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 da. It's that scale, but it starts at B flat, right? Do doesn't do that, but Do should do it because Do is Do. But it doesn't. But then La does that. La does the what does a B flat sound like? Do do. Wait.
What?
Do. Oh, I don't know what a B flat sounds like right now, but yeah, it doesn't do that. It's supposed to do that because that's the start of the chord, but it doesn't do it.
Thanks. Ray has the biggest hole out of all the Dipsters. Me is the only Dipster to not have spots, stripes, or fur. Fa is the only Dipster other than T to have fur. Why did I include these guys? There's a sun on Soul's door because Soul means sun in Latin. That could also be why it's yellow. La is the only monster to play 2 tracks at once, on Ethereal Island. I don't really know what that means, but the wiki said it, so trust the wiki, I guess. The flower on the Dipster element symbol is T's flower. Okay, finally. Brump's bio used to have a typo, with illicit being illicit, which gives me some hope for Franley. Zinth is the only monster in the game that had the same animation for all of its tracks. Giger's teaser was posted when it was released, instead of before. Not really a teaser then, is it? Also, its rare needs 7 keys to evolve, despite its price being in the 3 key range. Scargo's name comes from escargot. Maybe that's obvious, but I didn't figure it out until 2 years ago, so Because of Poke's polarity with Grump, Rare and Epic Poke were the only Rare and Epic Wublin out of the original 5 to release with any kind of polarity. If you exclude the Sugar Fam, since they're confirmed to not be getting variants, Screamy was the oldest monster to not have an Epic. Blipsqueak is the only vocal Wublin not voiced by Dave Kerr. The puzzle to reveal Fleechworm's name had a mistake in it, so the answer could be either Fleechworm or Leechworm. Its rare also coincides with Crescendo Moon, which happened around the time of its release. Now yeah, I could have said this for almost any other rare Wublin, but this is by far the most obvious of them. Out of all the rare Wublins, Rare Thwok took the longest to get any kind of polarity. When Dermot first released, the entire ending verse of Wublin Island was removed. And it didn't come back until Blipsqueak released 4 months later. If you're confused, like I kinda was at first, this is what it would sound like if this verse was removed today. Rare Dermot was the first rare to release with both of its polarities, and both monsters with polarities to end. Since Creepuscule, I don't know. Creepuscule plays throughout all of Wublin Island, so it's impossible to see its idle animation in the actual song. Also, Rare Creepuscule is an A-tier monster. This is an objective fact that cannot be argued. Mulch was the only Wublin to release without any kind of teaser. It also has the fewest default names of any monster, at only 5. Rare Mulch broke the pattern of 1 new rare Wublin a month, with April 2024 not getting a rare Wublin. Its Common also broke the Wublin release cycle, since May 2017 also didn't get a Wublin. Although Astropod did this too, with January 2017 also not getting a Wublin. When Epic Zucker first released, it needed 3 keys instead of 10. Also, if you count paranormal forms and epic Wubboxes separately, then Epic Zuker was the 500th monster added to the game. And if you don't, it's a tie between Bogle and Rare Squad. Rare Wyja was the first rare Wublins to release with both of its polarities. Wait, didn't I already say that with Dermot? Well, kinda. Rare Wyja was the first rare Wublin to release with both of its polarities, but Rare Dermot was the first monster to release with both of its polarities and the two monsters it affected. Concept for Rare Astropod can be seen in this video about developing my singing monsters. Many people thought that this method was close, but it was actually 2 months away. In the scrapped Air Island song for Furcorn's Jelly Dreams, which was later added to Coliseum in the jukebox, you can hear this. This was supposed to be Rebro. Somehow. But it was reused for Bon Appetit. If you sold the eggs that Wormroll needs instead of zapping them, you would get 3,790,519 coins, the most out of any other Wublin if you did the same thing. It also costs the most diamonds to fill out of any Wublin. Its rare also has a slightly different muted animation than the common. When My Singing Monsters posted facts about Timpa, which is my job by the way, they said that Timpa raises Wallypogs in its free time. And they never elaborated on what a Wallypog is. Epic Timpa is also the first epic Wublin to release with both of its polarities. This part of Pixelottle's bio is a reference to Pong, this part's a reference to Ice Climber, and this part is a reference to Mario. Rare Pixelottle also references Xbox Series X in its bio, so that means there's equal representation for both consoles and MSM. Rejoice. And we're done! That wasn't too bad. Oh, right. You three. And an active Wubbox with some monsters in occasionally glows. Wubbox also plays a very quiet sound in its idle animation on the natural islands, which technically means it doesn't have an idle animation on the natural islands. Wubbox is 13.1 feet tall. Wait, hang on a second. So that entire part of natural fact, both parts of natural fact were wrong? And it was all for nothing? This game sucks! It also was, it was also planned to have a statue on Wublin Island instead of its normal box form. They put this in a tweet saying, Wubbox on Firehaven was actually composed in 2018, and the monster handlers had to figure out a lore reason to add it. Add it to the Fire Islands, put less monsters in Dawn of Fire, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. In the original soundtrack, Rare Wubbox sounds completely different on Earth Island than how it sounds now. Rare Wubbox was accidentally added to Water Island and Earth Island before it was done, so it just said the common Wubbox sound. Pause, it's unscripted, I just found this. I know that I and the wiki both said that did the common Wubbox stuff, but I just found an old video from MPG saying that it didn't do anything. And I found a video of him powering it up too, and it also just didn't do anything. So I think that's actually what happened, and the wiki was just wrong. It also got its animation changed in June 2023, but I'm not about to play a whole MPG video, so just go watch it yourself. The disc on Rare Wubbox is Skinny Puppy, a Canadian music group. Plant Island Epic Wubbox's animations were broken when it first released, having its track 2 animation play for track 1 at the very end of the song. Plant Island Epic Wubbox's box, as well as Plant Island Epic Wubbox itself, were concepts for common Wubbox. The texture on the mouth of Plant Epic Wubbox is the same on Ethereal. Same thing for Water and Earth having the same mouth as common Wubbox. Firehaven Epic Wubbox had its volume lowered by accident, but it was fixed after MPG made a video about it.
Somehow that ended up in game in another update. That was not supposed to be the case.
I edited this in a single day. No, really, apart from like 3 of the Dipsters, I did all of this today. Well, yesterday if you're watching this on the day it came out. I started at 7 a.m. this morning, and it's about to be 6:30 p.m. And I still have to do Epic Wubboxes, so I'm recording the outro a little early. At the beginning, when I said, tell me how I sound, I actually do want to know, because I don't know how good this sounds or how bad this sounds, whatever. Should I go back to using my phone? Should I stay with this? What should I do? Sorry this took so long. It has not been my main priority on YouTube. It has been something that you'll see very soon. 1 more facts left. For now. Once paranormals are done and Titan Souls, I'll do them too. But for now, 1 more is left. Ooh. Bye.